So now that Boruto chapter 71 has officially released, the one thing I want to say is that, bro, Code is going out sad.
You gotta be him. I'm him. I'm slash him.
You are not him. You are not him. No. You are not him.
No, I'm not him. I'm just him.
No, you're an idiot.
I know for this arc it may seem like it has been dragging a bit simply because it is a monthly manga, so therefore the wait is pretty long. And not only that, since next month there will be no Boruto chapter being released, the one thing that has been confirmed in this arc is that the Code arc has only been ongoing for about 24 hours. Ever since Code made his attack toward the Hidden Leaf Village, where he did fight the likes of Boruto, Momoshiki, and Kawaki, it's only been less than a day, and Code has been racking up the L's left, right, and center. When he first initially fought Boruto and Kawaki, he was beating them up, but once Boruto got his true essence form, Boruto was taking the lead in the fight. Once Momoshiki came out, he got obliterated by him, and not only that, once Kawaki got his Karma Seal back, Kawashiki was absolutely destroying Code. Just from those battles alone, Code already took about 3 L's from there. Not only that, when he decides to attack the Hidden Leaf Village again, he got outsmarted by Shikamaru and almost got bodied by the likes of Delta. And even after getting his limiters removed, which the story has been hyping up Code to be stronger than the likes of Jigen, and we obviously saw what Jigen is capable of doing. So with that being said, when Code got his limiters removed, I was kind of expecting Code to go kind of crazy, especially if he were to ever fight Boruto and Kawaki again, or if he were to fight Naruto and Sasuke for the first time. He should be able to just destroy them due to the ginormous difference in terms of power. But what we saw in Boruto chapter 71 is that Eida, Daemon, and Amado have gone against Code. Code was about to go for the killing blow, almost killing Amado, but Amado did bring up that proposition, telling Eida that she should take up the deal to join Konoha so she can get with Kawaki. Since Eida was kind of getting along with that deal, Eida and Daemon realized that Code is disposable. Even after getting his limiters removed, Daemon just absolutely destroys Code. It's not even a fair fight. Seeing Code at full power, bro just took another fat L. And this time, I think this is the worst L on top of all the other L's that he caught earlier in this arc. And I just want to remind you, he caught all of these L's in one day. And on top of that, he got rejected by Eida. Of course, with her love ability, the only people who can reject this ability is Daemon and if you have Otsutsuki DNA. So not only did Code get 6 L's in less than 24 hours, bro got rejected by a girl in his own arc. This is supposed to be Code's arc, with the story basically building him up ever since Ishiki Otsutsuki died. Bro's been a walking L. My man's worse than Deji at this point. Bro is going outside and I can't feel nothing but bad for the boy. The way the story has been hyping him up, it does seem like not only Code wants to get revenge on Ishiki, but he wants to live up to his expectations. Now that Ishiki gave the will of the Otsutsuki to Code, he wants to follow through and harvest a chakra fruit for him to evolve and update his genetics in order to become an Otsutsuki. However, with the current threats right now, not only with Boruto and Kawaki and all these people from the Leaf beating him up, now that his teammates, the people on his squad that he recruited himself, have been beating him up, Code is done for. But the one thing I want to say is that they're obviously building Code. The way Kishimoto is writing Code right now, it does seem like Boruto as a series is borrowing some concepts from My Hero Academia. There is definitely a clear parallel between the likes of Shigaraki and Code. Both of these characters took massive L's. Even after they got their power-ups, they continued to take L's until they actually learned from their mistakes, their cockiness, and their feeling of power. Obviously, Code is intended to take ass whoopings like this. Even though I am not a fan at all of Code taking all of these L's, I will acknowledge that they are obviously building Code long term. The one thing that I was kind of nervous is that Code was going to be kind of like Ishiki, where he was going to be like this one-stop villain. He would come out, do a lot of damage, but eventually the good guys would come and beat him. But instead, he's already taking L's to begin with, and from there he will learn from his mistakes and get stronger. And even after getting his limiters removed, where Code did say himself that he doesn't feel like he could lose anymore, immediately takes an L right after that, where Daemon says, "Didn't you say you felt like you couldn't lose anymore?" That shit was hilarious. As he rides the man as a horse, bro really said yeehaw. Like, they doing Code dirty. And from the L's that he's taken from Konoha and the cyborg siblings, it kind of has been building character from Code. It really shows the parallel between Kawaki and Code. That's the one thing that this arc has been pushing. Not only has Ishiki given more attention toward Kawaki than Code, but also when it comes to Eida as well. Obviously, Code likes Eida due to her love ability, but Code does not know if that love is artificial or not. And despite that, after Daemon whooped Code's ass, where he teleported away with the likes of Bug, he was saying that he was going to destroy everything that Kawaki ever had. His family, Naruto, and of course the Hidden Leaf Village. But as Bug said, an absolute nobody in this series. Code right now is all bark and no bite. The series has deliberately went out of its way to make Code look like a joke. Even though this arc by many fans have been calling it the Code arc, this arc hasn't been him at all. This isn't the arc where Code is a badass, this is the arc where Code's a loser. And while I'm not a fan of it, they're obviously building Code up to be this long-term villain, where he'll learn from his mistakes and he'll become stronger and become a lot smarter with his power, especially heading into the time skip. If this is going to be the last arc of Boruto Part 1, I definitely do think this would be a perfect opportunity for the likes of Code, considering that he does not have the power to fight Eida and Daemon. While I do think a no limiter Code should be able to beat up the likes of Boruto, Kawaki, Naruto, and Sasuke, basically anyone in Konoha, he does not have a chance against the cyborg siblings. Now that Amado told Eida that they're going to join the Hidden Leaf Village, there's no way that Code can really go through with this plan, especially if Eida and Daemon team up with the Leaf. If they're going to join the Leaf Village, which hasn't been 100% confirmed, there's no way Code is going to get through with his goals by being able to feed either Boruto or Kawaki to the Ten Tails, or get anybody killed in his retribution list when it comes to Naruto, Sasuke, and Shikamaru, and Amado, for example. There's no way he's going to be able to do that with Daemon right there. And speaking of Daemon, this kid is a monster. Not only is he stronger than Jigen, he's also way stronger than Code. Bro was absolutely bullying this guy, but we also got some more information on Daemon's ability. In fact, we do have a weakness. When Code was fighting Daemon, Bug did scream out that Daemon's ability only works when he's touching other people with his hands. That's when the actions or any attack can get reflected upon him. Now I know this will cause some confusion considering that Daemon has in the past reflected abilities where it does seem like he isn't touching anybody, but the one thing I want to say is that Daemon can reflect any attack as long as he's touching some person. It does not have to be the person that is sending the attack toward him. In fact, it can be anybody. We saw this when he first made an appearance in the Boruto manga, where he did destroy Code's guards really easily, and there was a couple scenes where he was literally cutting people's heads off without even trying. He was sitting on top of Code's back. As the guards were getting their weapons out, their heads were immediately being chopped off. Of course, the guards had bloodlust, and that's how Daemon's reflection ability can activate. As long as they're killing intent toward him, it will be reflected as long as he's touching somebody. It does not have to be the person that is attacking him, but as long as he's physically touching someone, he can reflect the attack. Another example of this is when Code was fighting Kawaki, where Kawaki was about to kill Code with a chakra blast using his karma seal, and before Kawaki was actually able to deliver the killing blow onto Code, Code did pull Daemon out at the very last second, where we did see Daemon's palms touching Code. From there, we did see Kawaki's chakra blast did get reflected back onto Kawaki, and even though Daemon wasn't physically touching Kawaki, he was physically touching Code. Therefore, his reflection ability was activated at that point. So it doesn't matter who he's touching when it comes to his reflection ability. As long as he's physically touching somebody, he can reflect any attack that comes toward him, and he does not have to be touching the person that is attacking him with his palms. It just has to be someone else. So when it comes to actually fighting Daemon, the only way to actually fight him is to not get touched at all, which is basically impossible considering that the way Daemon was handling Code, he was treating him like a baby, bro. He was completely outspeeding him, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think outspeeding him. Daemon might actually have teleportation in terms of abilities, because there was a time where Code does go for a swipe using his claw mark, and Daemon, instead of like moving out of the way, it does seem like he does teleport. There are many times where Daemon literally teleports behind Code. It does not seem like he's running, because if he was, I feel like Code would be able to see it, but since Daemon was so much faster than Code in this battle, at the bare minimum, I do think it's just he's that fast. But even though Daemon was beating the shit out of Code, he was also talking his shit, saying that even if you are stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, you're not stronger than me. I don't care who's number 2, I don't care who's number 3, but you're never gonna beat number 1, and that is Daemon himself. It kind of confirms that Daemon is the strongest in the series right now, and let me know, do you think this guy is like Ishiki level? I've been seeing a couple of debates that Daemon is on the level of him, but since he has this weakness, it does seem like Daemon has a limitation to his power after all. Same thing applies to Eida as well. The way he was fighting, this man took down a Jigen level plus opponent like that. At least when you compare Daemon, this 5-year-old kid, to a prime Naruto and Sasuke before they were nerfed, this kid is at least 3 tiers above Kurama Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke in terms of power. I think the scale of power of Boruto characters go from Naruto and Sasuke to Jigen to Code and then Daemon. The fact that the scale of power is rising like this kind of tells you that no one can really beat Daemon in a one-on-one. He's physically so fast that he can literally outspeed a Jigen level plus opponent. And when you look at the likes of Boruto and Kawaki, I don't think they're at the level of Jigen as of yet. Now of course Kawaki does have Ishiki's abilities, but I don't think they're gonna do anything against Daemon considering just how fast he was. And even then, if everyone decides to jump Daemon, he would just one-tap them, because even Daemon said it himself, I can just beat the shit out of Kawaki Kawaki if I wanted to, which shows you the power difference. But at the end of this chapter, we did see Code run away with Bug. They did teleport out of the hideout from the land of snow, and it does seem like they are in the desert. So it has me thinking, where is Code heading right now? He probably is in the land of Earth, heading toward the Sand Village, or is near that area, because power-wise, if Eida and Daemon are going to join forces with the Hidden Leaf Village, there's absolutely no way Code by himself is going to have any chance of beating any of these guys, especially when it comes to his goals. So with that being said, I don't think Code is going to attack the Hidden Leaf Village anytime soon. In fact, he does not have the power to do anything. I think he's gonna chill and find an actual game plan, and he actually might have Bug build more cyborgs. Now that he's lost basically everything thanks to Kawaki, Code is a loser, that's just a fact, and he is learning the hard way. While I'm not a fan of how they're handling Code, I can acknowledge that they're doing this on purpose, and I would not be surprised at all if Code turns it up in the next arc or potentially in the Boruto Timeskip. He does seem like a long-term villain, not a villain who could be disposed of easily, and even though he's been getting his ass whooped many times, he is still alive. That's the most important part. He is still a threat to the Hidden Leaf Village, and you can never count him out. Amado did say, as I mentioned before so many times in past videos, that Kawaki is his ace in his sleeve. He did give him the Kwama seal after all, and we did get some more information confirming that once again, Kawaki is the strongest person in the Hidden Leaf Village. And on top of that, Amado did say that the only person in the village that can stop Kawaki right now is him. He has installed an emergency shutdown code into Code's body, just like how he did with the likes of Delta as we saw earlier in the Kawaki arc, so it definitely is consistent on what Amado can do. I'm glad that they didn't kill Amado off because he plays such an important character. He definitely needs Kawaki for something. We don't know what it is just yet, and when he did make that proposition for Eida and Daemon to come with him back to the Hidden Leaf Village, he did say that he needs to tell the both of them and Naruto and all the important leaders of Konoha that he has a long story to tell, meaning that by the time we get to Boruto chapter 72 in the next 2 months, I do expect a lot of information on Amado himself. He's definitely been hiding a lot of stuff for a while, and the fact that he gave Kawaki the Kwama seal to begin with Ishiki's powers, there's definitely something huge that is coming that we don't know of. So that is one thing I'm definitely looking forward to in the next Boruto chapter. I don't think Code's really gonna do anything significant for the rest of this arc. I personally think that they're gonna save him up for the next arc, whether that's going to be heading into the time skip, or we get to see the likes of Eida and Daemon interact with Boruto, Kawaki, and everyone in the Hidden Leaf Village, which I definitely do think that's going to cause a lot of conflict. And with the fact that Momoshiki is saying that Boruto will lose everything soon by his own hands, shows you that there is something very big that is going to happen very, very soon. So overall, this was a good Boruto chapter. I feel like this was a good chapter to leave off at, especially with the fact that there is going to be no chapter next month. So I definitely do think this is going to cause a bunch of discussion on what's going to happen in the next couple of chapters in the Boruto manga, and I'm definitely excited on what's going to happen because I've been enjoying this arc a lot. My overall enjoyment has been rising, especially with the past couple of chapters. So let me know what you think about this chapter in the comment section below. What was your favorite part? And tell me, I did talk about Daemon's power. Do you think this guy can beat Ishiki? Do you think he has a chance against Barry on mode Naruto? And let me know, how do you feel about Code right now? I know a lot of people aren't a fan of him, but I feel like we shouldn't count him out even after all the L's that he's obtained. So let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.